Hey guys, Tony here. Back once again to do recent vinyl editions video, as promised. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, and I could have easily gone with another 50 record, 45-minute video, but I've attempted to do that a number of times, and it just has not worked out. So although I've probably said this before, I'm pretty sure from now on I'm going to be reducing these videos to a more manageable size. It's just not worth it. Like, the time I put in trying to make this video is ridiculous. So I'm hoping this one works out. So let's hope for the best. So yeah, I have a lot of new stuff here to show you, but from that pile, that huge pile of a lot of records, I pretty much pulled most of the really, really good stuff. Don't get me wrong. I mean everything is pretty damn good, I think. But I'll have another video. I did save a few gems for another video, but anyway, hope everybody is well out there. Things have been alright, I guess. I shouldn't complain. It's a rare daytime video. I have a few minutes. I'm meeting my family at a birthday party. They are already there, so figured what the hell, I'd make a video. Usually it's like 1 in the morning when I'm doing these, and I'm pretty exhausted. So, and like I said, I have selected a few things here. There's probably about 15 records or so, so hopefully this shouldn't be too long. So I'm going to start with a new record that, I'm sure a lot of people have heard about by now, and I've had it since it was released, and I've been playing the hell out of it. It is an absolute fantastic album. I think this is the real deal in my opinion, probably destined to be a classic. Post-punk UK band, all-female group, The Savages, and this is their debut album, Silence Yourself. So yeah, all-female group from the UK, very much in the tradition of Joy Division, Susie and the Banshees. Yeah, just an absolute fantastic record. The energy is there, the songs are there, it's just the delivery, just killer. And do check it out, Savages. And this is on Matador Records. It is on a sort of cloudy, clear vinyl. Yeah, Savages. Fantastic record. Do check it out. Highly recommended. But yeah, moving on. What else do I have here? Another new record I'll start with. A new release. And this one too, just fantastic. I know a lot of you people probably know this artist by now, and most likely familiar with Volume 2 of this series. But I have to say that Volume 3 is definitely worth buying, especially if you like Volume 2. This is as good, if not better, than Volume 2 in my opinion. It's absolutely fantastic. Colin Stetson's New History of Warfare, Volume 3, To See More Light. Released just recently on Constellation Records. Love that artwork. 2 LPs. Killer. Absolutely killer. For those who don't know, Colin Stetson is a saxophone player. Plays, all manner of saxophone, but he's mostly known for playing the bass sax. This monstrosity of a saxophone. And he creates these just total otherworldly sounds. Just amazing. Now, when you listen to these records, you would think that there's a lot of electronics, studio trickery going on, but what it is just saxophone and microphone placement. He places microphones on the saxophone, in the saxophone, to capture all the different sounds that are being made while he's playing, along with his breathing. And it's just it's an incredible experience musically, like just really, really good. I can't recommend this highly. I have all 3 volumes. Volume 2 is the one that everybody bought, and I gotta tell you, if you like that, you must get this. My favorite thing on here has got to be the title track, To See More Light, which I believe takes up a full side. Just incredible music, and it's very provocative. It makes you think of warfare. It does. I mean, I'm sure the imagery, the title, and everything lends itself to that, but it really does. At the same time, it's like, just you imagine like a battle cry and a charge and some ancient battle, and as well as a modern sort of thing. At the same time, it's also like shrieks of pain It's incredible. And I love this guy's work. I got to see him live, got to meet him. Nicer guy there isn't. I mean, just in the quick meeting with him, but yeah, excellent. Colin Stetson, New History Warfare Volume 3, the last one in the series to pick it up. What else? Let's see. Here's a classic, absolute classic that I've known for a while, but just never had the vinyl. And this is a reissue, which I bought used for like $8. But Leonard Cohen's New Skin for the Old Ceremony. Classic record. I love Leonard Cohen. I missed a chance to see him recently, but yeah, just a great album from what year was it? 74. Just classics. Leonard Cohen, the Canadian poet, songwriter, just killer. Is This What You Wanted? The opening track, fantastic. But this is just full of classics. Chelsea Hotel Number 2, in which he talks about a brief affair with somebody that was later revealed to be Janis Joplin. Lover, 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 classic track. The Singer Must Die, and Who by Fire, just incredible. So, just a classic by him, and glad to finally get that. Couple I have to, well actually, this one I gotta thank Anders in Stockholm. So Anders was talking, he devoted a whole video to this record, and he played some of it. And it just come out, it's limited to 300 only. So immediately after watching his video, I went online to look to see if I could get this record. And I think it was just too soon. The only way I was going to be able to get it was to order it directly from the label. And with shipping, it just would have been too much money, So I go to my local store to see if they could order it. And they're very good, Red Scroll Records. They're very good about getting new releases, especially from all types of labels. They're really good at that. And again, I think it was just too soon. Just come out, 300 copies, so it just probably needed a little time. So a couple weeks go by, and they get in an order. And in that order, I'm always, what do you got there? Looking around and seeing what they got. And there was something in this order that they were just going through, just come in, they were just pricing it. And there was something I wanted, and they were pricing it for me. And I happened to see this sitting there. And the cover, I didn't recognize the cover. Probably when I saw the cover, it was on a little window on the computer screen. It just didn't click, But I did see the title. They had written the title of the little price tag on there. I'm like, is that the album? And just by complete coincidence, they had ordered it with their order. But I picked it up and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, this has got to be it, I'm looking at the title. I'm saying it's from Sweden. It's limited to 300 copies. This has got to be it. So I quick looked it up on my phone. It just took a minute to click, one of those things. But they got it in. Time is a Mountain. Fantastic album. Anders, thank you. Your friends made a just incredible record. I would call it progressive rock, really, with some jazz leanings, some fusion leanings. But it's a three-piece, bass, drums, and synths. Just incredible. From Sweden. I believe the players on here are connected to the group Fire Orchestra. They just released an album. But yeah, just killer. Limited to 300 only on the Hapna label, so don't hesitate. I'm really glad they happened to order it just by complete coincidence, Although I did ask about it, they didn't, they're just part of their order, so yeah, excellent. Really happy to get that one. And another one that I just really discovered, I remember I checked out a track on this probably around the time it came out, maybe a little bit after. Excuse me. And I remember liking it, but I didn't pick it up. I didn't really pursue it. I don't know why. I just didn't. In my local store, again, they got this in, and all the copies sort of had a dinged corner. So the price was cheaper, and I said, all right, I'll grab it. And man, I'm so glad I did. This is an incredible record. Chelsea Wolfe. So I'm sure a lot of you guys recognize this cover. And this is called Apocalypsis, which I believe is what it goes by. Funny enough, I have another album called Apocalypsis, but that's a Peruvian record. But anyway, this is fantastic. Singer-songwriter with a sort of atmospheric, drone metal element going on throughout. Just incredible. Just a fantastic record. Again, I know a lot of you probably know this record, and I've been listening to it since it came out in 2010, 2011. But it's her second album. Incredible. Chelsea Wolfe with Apocalypsis. Highly recommend this. What else? A couple here I gotta thank Mike, Bostonian Reggie for. Oh wait, I'll show these first. Another classic record that, thank God, it was reissued. Four Men with Beards reissued it, and previous to this, you just could not get this record. Super rare, super expensive. When you could find it. Originally released on Decca in 1970. Released 71, recorded in 70. Absolute classic. Bill Fay, Time of the Last Persecution. I love Bill Fay. I think I have just about everything he's done now. He's only put out so much work. He recorded a couple albums and then really sort of disappeared from the music scene. Yeah, incredible stuff. I'd call it sort of a folk rock is probably the best way to put it. And there's something about him, I've said this before, there's something about him, his performance, his delivery, it just makes this music. The songwriting is fantastic, but more than that, I think it's him. The playing and everything is great, but it's just him and his delivery. It's just very heart-wrenching or something. It's very emotional. You could tell he just puts everything he has into this music, and it's no wonder that he sort of retired from music, but he just recently put out a new album, as a lot of us know. But yeah, Bill Fay, Time of the Last Persecution, Four Men with Beards, sounds great to me, and I'm glad to have it. This one I picked up recently for $5. There are a few superficial marks on the record, but that don't affect play whatsoever, which explains the price. But I took it home, I cleaned it up, and it plays pretty much flawlessly. Maybe a little bit of noise and quiet spots, but absolutely nothing to complain about. But love their debut album, an original mono on Elektra. For $5, I could not leave it there. I looked at it and I'm like, I know this is gonna play beautifully once I clean it up, and sure enough. So now I have originals of their first 3 records, which I'm really happy about. But yeah, classic album, love. Fantastic garage, psych. Excellent. Okay, and these next 2 I gotta thank Mike, Bostonian Reggie for. Me and Mike almost always sort of exchange records, and this was a case of that. When we met up on Record Store Day, we sort of exchanged things. And he grabbed these for me. Now, this first one, I never ever see, ever. This is probably a fairly common record in the UK, or else in elsewhere, but in the US, not at all. Like, I've never seen a copy. Mike's come across it twice, and he bought both copies. The second one he grabbed was this one. And what a great record. One of Fred Big Star 1000's obscure classics. When I first played it, first listening to it, I wasn't that crazy about it. I didn't think it was anything that special. But when you listen to it more, it's like, wow, this is really, really good. Pop rock is the best way to put it. It is a concept album. Julian Cope's Peggy Suicide. A beautiful copy. I want to say UK Press on Island Records. What a great record this is. Julian Cope, of course, is mostly known now for his writings and music. Krautrock sampler, job rock sampler. But what was the band he was in? It's escaping me now. I know it too. I have records. But anyway, this is a concept album, basically about the sort of the damage that mankind has done to Earth, and Earth is sort of represented as Peggy Suicide. And this whole sort of vision he had for this album, and 2 LPs. But yeah, there's the gatefold. Excellent stuff. Highly recommended. This is from 1991. Yeah, Island Records. Julian Cope. So thank you, Mike. Really happy to get that one. And this one too. I passed up on this when probably around the time it was reissued. 500 only. And of course, 500 only, it's gone quickly. And I figured the store near Mike probably would have it still. They're really good about, they just have this stuff all the time. And I asked him, and they didn't have it. And at some point, he picked it up again. Somewhere he picked it up for me. And it was funny because he had picked it up, and I don't know, I guess he just forgot about it. And one day, I asked him again, like, dude, do you know where to get this record? And he sent me a picture of it, that he had it. And I was like, no shit, you know, awesome. But that is Ubs Supernova. So sort of a jazzy krautrock, space rock, you know, band from Germany. And this is on the Wawa Wawa reissue, 500 only. So the track that I'd known by them, which was on the Soul Jazz Records German electronic compilations, was High Life, the first track on side 2. But this whole album is just incredible. For fans of, you know, krautrock, psych, sort of jazzy or krautrock, Ubs Supernova. So glad to have this. So thank you, Mike. Now we're gonna get down to the sort of gems in this little pile here. The first one I'll start with, another one that I passed up on when it came out and never really saw it again until my local store got it in. And I saw it there, and when you know it, I sort of passed on it again. But thankfully it didn't sell. It sat there for a little while. So I came to my senses and grabbed it. So it's an interesting story that goes with this record. I know a number of you have this. And it's funny, but this is German electronic, ambient electronic, and that is Jürgen Müller's Science of the Sea. And this was just reissued in 2011 or something. Recorded in 1982. So that's Jürgen Müller there. So the story with this is that Jürgen Müller was obsessed with the ocean and went to university to study to be an oceanographer. And the whole thing was he went on his first sort of expedition out on the sea, and at that moment was just struck by the beauty and, you know, just awe-inspiring ocean, and wanted to decided that with his, you know, tiny bit of training, musical training, and no connections to the music business, and, you know, very limited budget, he wanted to record an album that would capture the essence of the sea, its vastness and its beauty and mystery and all that, which succeeds here. While, you know, you listen to it no matter what. I mean, this could be titled, you know, Volcano, and you would still think the ocean. So a lot of the sounds on there are sort of cliched in a way. You know, I can't really describe it. You'd have to hear it. You would know what I mean. Very sort of, you know, it sounds like the ocean, you know, or what you would associate with water and things like that. So yeah, the story is he recorded this, and having no connections to the music business, he had 100 privately pressed up and passed them out to friends and family, making this record just absolutely impossible to find until it was reissued. And yeah, Jürgen Müller, Science of the Sea, beautiful electronic. Highly recommend checking it out. And in case you didn't know about Jürgen Müller and Science of the Sea, is that the whole story is complete bullshit. It is total false. It's fiction. Jürgen Müller is not a real person. He does not exist. I don't know who that is, but it's not him. This was actually recorded around the time that it came out in 2011. This is an original. There was no 100 pressed up. It's complete fabrication. Probably designed to sell records, add a little, I don't know, mystery, a little bit of intrigue to this release. Maybe get some, you know, I'm sure around the time there's been a lot of interest in krautrock and German electronic. But yeah, I don't know who originally recorded this. I don't remember. But yeah, it wasn't Jürgen Müller. He's not a real person. And the story is complete fabrication. But that doesn't take away from the record, in my opinion. Some people it would bother, but in my opinion, this is still a great record. And, you know, I love the story that goes with it. I think it's cool. And just like many other artists who fabricate their stories, I mean, you know, Bob Dylan said he traveled with circus and, you know, ended up in New York and, you know, all this bullshit, you know. But does that take away from his talent? Does it take away from his music? And, you know, many artists have done that. Sun Ra's from Saturn, you know. But anyway, cool record. A couple here I have to thank. Well, let me show this one. This is an absolute gem. a fantastic record, and I highly recommend this to just about everybody. But I think Mike, Bostonian Reggie would love this. Fred, Dave, Prog and Jazz, man, you name it. Chris, 4127 Basket, even Anders, I think would like this quite a bit. Fantastic jazz. Unreleased, recorded in 1975, unreleased until now, and on the Strata label. It was supposed to come out on the Strata label, but it didn't. Kenny Cox, Clap Clap, The Joyful Noise. What a great record. I believe Kenny Cox is one of the founders of Strata Records. Killer record. Considered his masterpiece, but it was never put out. I want to say the label sort of went under or something. I can't remember. But for whatever reason, it was never released. This is 2 LPs, 45 RPM. Fantastic jazz. Kenny Cox is he plays keys. He plays, Fender Rhodes. Great Fender Rhodes on here. Piano. He plays synths, Mellotron. Just killer. So it's jazz, soul jazz with a strong sort of Latin Brazilian feel to it. Fantastic. For those of you, I know Fred, it's always said, Fred, how you love your Fender Rhodes, and this is killer. You must get this. So glad that I picked it up. It's just killer. Yeah, but it's 45 RPM and just from originally supposed to come out in 75, but it just did not come out. But yeah, a lot of great players on here too, and on the Strata label, I believe out of Detroit. Killer. Pick it up. On the Fat Beats label. So, yeah, killer. What else we got here? Alright. So this one I gotta thank Dave, Fatback Funk. There's a couple I gotta thank him for, but also Fred with this one. Fred picked it up as well. What a great release this is. I'm really glad I got this. For what it is, the price is, you can't beat it. 6 LP box set, The Stark Reality, Acting, Thinking, Feeling. So yeah, the box set. What a great cover that is, huh? So this is just phenomenal. I've been playing this so much. Love it. So it's jazz fusion, psychedelic jazz, a lot of fuzz guitar on here. Great vibes playing, great just everything. Monty Stark, the vibes player. John Abercrombie is also in this group. What a great box set. Pick it up. So yeah, 6 LPs. It also comes with a 7-inch. So it comes with it also comes with a download card. So the album that, super rare, just, the best thing in here is the Stark Reality discovers Hoagy Carmichael's music shop. So Hoagy Carmichael was a children's songwriter. He was on PBS back in the day, and they basically re-recorded his stuff in their style. And it's children's songs, but you would not think it. You listen closely to the lyrics, maybe, but wow, what a great record this is. 3 LPs. You try and find the original of this, it goes for like, $1,000 or something, close to it. But it also comes with Stark Reality, Acting, Thinking, Feeling. All this stuff is just great. And Stark Reality, Roller Coaster Ride. And this one is 2 LPs. This one is 3, and this one is 1. So 6 LPs, $50. You just cannot beat that. And it's just fantastic music. Now Again Records. Now Again. Killer set. Highly recommended. So thank you, Dave and Fred, for talking about this. Really glad I got this. Killer. Yeah, I'll put that away later. Alright, last few. Oh, another one I might as well thank Dave. He played this in a needle drop. Just in love with it. I was just like, this is just fantastic. Right away, I sought out a copy and bought it. And then I saw Fred. Fred received the copy from Chris. John Coltrane 68. And that is The Fourth Way with Werewolf. What a great record. Fusion record. Mike Knock on here plays keys. Who's that? Michael White? Is it Michael White? Or is it Michael White? Electric violin. Woof. Just incredible. But the whole thing, this is a live set. Killer. Absolutely killer. Love the cover. It's got a huge sort of, drill hole there, but the vinyl is mint. The cover is pretty damn good too. It is on the Harvest label. Just a fantastic fusion record, live record. Just killer. So really happy to get that one. So thank you, Dave. Fourth Way, Werewolf. And here's a gem, another one that an absolute. I've wanted this record for so long, and I just could not find it. In other stores, obviously, but online even, beat copies were selling for a lot, and just could not get it. I've wanted it forever. I love this artist. It's part of a trilogy, and I've wanted to complete that trilogy for forever now. And I finally did. Let me just take this off. Excuse me for 1 minute. So as you can see here, I'm out of room. I really need to, I need to do something. My buying actually has slowed down quite a bit. I haven't been ordering online much. But anyway. Okay, so back to the record. Killer. I bought this for $20, and I could not believe it. Marion Brown's Sweet Earth Flying promo copy. Now look at that. I have Geechee Recollections, which is also a promo. But yeah, this is the part of the trilogy. It's sort of Georgia trilogy. He made 3 albums: Geechee Recollections, and what's the other one? I know it. Georgia something. I can't think of it. Anyway, all 3 are killer records. I'm a little embarrassed. I can't remember the first one, but anyway. This is I believe, the last of the trilogy. So these are 3 albums. They're all different albums, but they all sort of pay homage to Georgia, where he was from, and bring back recollections of the place. With the sounds and different, there's spoken word poetry on them and everything. This album is probably my favorite. Still very much free jazz, but Marion Brown has a way of playing that's still very listenable. It's not too free, you know what I mean? But yeah, just very classy stuff. So he's got a lot of great players on here. Paul Bley plays piano. He's got Mahal Richard Abrams, founder of the AACM, and a great player and teacher himself. Bill Hassan. And yeah, a promo copy on Impulse. So happy to get it for that price. Yeah, and I've played this so many times now since I've gotten it. And there's the white label promo in beautiful near mint shape. And for $20, this copy is on Discogs right now, a promo copy for like $75. I just could not believe I scored this for 20. But anyway, really happy to get that one. Last 2, a record that I've wanted for a while now and just never saw. Me and Mike were just talking about this record, and I was on Amazon of all places looking for something, and I came across a seller, had a lot of cool stuff, and this was one of them. And for the price, again, I could not leave it there. I want to say this was about $25. Killer. Richard Pinhas with Iceland. Classic progressive electronic. So Richard Pinhas was Heldon. I have a Held On record right there. I hate this. There you go. If you can see that. But yeah, this is his 3rd sort of solo album. And this is a beautiful original French press. Just absolutely pristine. On Polydor. And this is just so damn good. Electronic. Here's the sleeve. I believe in some copies the photo is an insert with the track list, I think. But this is the sleeve. And yeah, gorgeous copy. French press original. Killer stuff here. Greenland, the track Greenland. So yeah, just very atmospheric, progressive electronic with experimental guitar, very Fripp inspired guitar. Iceland Part 1 and 2. The Last of the Kings of Thule. Just a great record. Richard Pinhas. So happy to get this. And yeah, last one here, I got to thank Fred for, because if it wasn't for Fred talking about this, I would not have scored this. And wow. So, this was reissued, and 500 only, not in the States, of course. So finding it was like impossible. Like I could not find it. Where I could get it, the shipping prices from the UK or wherever were just, made it a lot of money. And, I was trying, but just, I would have bought the reissue, but just couldn't really find it. So yeah, I came across an auction on eBay, and I can't believe that nobody bid on this. The price of this did cost me the same amount as the reissue would have cost with shipping. So just to give you an idea, and I can't believe I have this. I really can't. But Nucleus, Elastic Rock, and absolutely like near mint. There are a couple snags, like this is a die cut cover. So taking it in and out of the sleeve or whatever, it gets caught on things, but really not bad. A couple little dings, but other than that, the thing is gorgeous. So yeah, it's a die cut cover. So this is UK jazz. Really, with some, fusion, but it's not really fusion. It's still acoustic, but the energy in the playing could have, it sort of gets lumped into the rock category, progressive rock. But it's very much a high energy sort of jazz album, and it is incredible. Nucleus, Ian Carr, and here is the label. Just, a beautiful copy of this, an original. For the price of the reissue is just mind-blowing. Nobody bid on it. I bid on it in the very last second, thinking other people were going to bid. Nobody bid on it. I can't believe I scored this. Really happy to have this, so thank you, Fred. I would not have even been looking for it if he didn't let me know about the reissue, and I would not have come across this. So, yeah, for just this thing will go for $200 to $300 sometimes. But anyway, those are my finds. Tad bit longer than I wanted it to be, but some good stuff. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. Please subscribe, comment. Please comment. All right. See you soon.